Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whatever part of the world you're in. I have with me an amazing lady called Ilze Alberts, who's a wealth psychologist. She's written a book that's been published by Bloomberg and Wiley called Passing the Torch, and she really knows her subject. So Liz, a very good morning to you.
Very good morning from me in Johannesburg, South Africa. And you know what, Claude, I have been to Seychelles. We are many times. I've traveled the world extensively. But when people ask me, which is your favorite destination, I say Seychelles. I absolutely love the beauty of Seychelles.
That's very kind of you to say that, Ilze. I do realise how blessed I am every day to be living on such a wonderful island. So
absolutely. Are you in Mahe?
I'm on Mahe, yeah, by the beach at Bilom.
Yeah. Fantastic! I'm jealous.
So I'm very thankful. Ilze, I see you're a DeMartini facilitator as well. Now I used to go and listen to John DeMartini when he used to come to London about 10 years ago, and I know his teachings are amazing. Changed my life. How did you become a facilitator, first of all?
Lord, in 2006, Dr. John DeMartini came to South Africa for the first time, and I attended his breakthrough experience, and it completely revolutionized my life. I am a psychologist. I've been a family-focused psychologist for many, many years, and what I found in the method and the mindset and the approach that he's teaching, I just found I so resonated with that. It gave me tools that I thought is going to take my level of service to a different level. So I have used him as my mentor for 15 years, and I became one of his handful of master DeMartini facilitators. So the one hand I am a DeMartini facilitator, the other hand I'm a psychologist. So those two halves make such an incredible, full, complete product service offering for me. And the way that it has revolutionized my life, the life of my family, and the life of my clients is just, I'm just so eternally grateful for the impact that his approach and his method had on my life. So thank you, John. You've given me amazing tools that I can help people to really shift quickly.
Yeah, I mean, and mine too. When we talk about wealth psychology, is that the internal game of wealth, as in the way we think about money? You know, because when we were, you know, you're around the table at home, there's some families where they might say money makes a boat go faster and things, and then other ones, you'll never be rich working for yourself. Whereas other families, I suppose, that says you've got to work hard for money, or, you know, money's evil or something. Is it to do with all these things that we say to ourselves?
Yes, the reason why I refer to myself as a wealth psychologist is because in that category of being a family-focused psychologist, I have written this book called Passing the Torch, Preserving Family Wealth Beyond the Third Generation. And it's not a financial book. It's actually a mindset book. So the psychology of wealth is what I am helping people with, to have that mindset, the right mindset with money. Because in our initial 4, 5, 6 years of our lives, we get exposed to messages around money. So our parents can say to us things like, there's not enough money, finish all your food on your plate because there are lots of poor people in the world, or money does not grow on trees, or we can't afford it. And you grow up with a mindset that money is scarce. And when that becomes your belief, it's a limiting belief. So I do encourage people to go and check what their belief systems are. What do they tell themselves about their relationship with money? And if you recognize that I have a limiting belief like money is scarce, or money flows away from me, or there's just never enough money, or I have to work so hard for my money, I think it's time to form a different relationship with money. So I use this metaphor and I personify money. So I'm a female and I personify money as Mr. Money. You will, as a male, personify money as Miss Money. So when I met my husband many years ago, and I wanted to be in a relationship with him, in a good relationship with him, there were certain things that I've done. I was very curious about him. I wanted to know as much as possible about him. So I spent a lot of time with him. I studied him. I studied what was of high importance to him so that I could keep him interested in me. I became ordered and organized about my interactions with him. I became disciplined and focused. I was inspired. So if I do those things, when I form a different relationship with Mr. Money, and I first of all put money in my space. So there are books about money that I read. There are articles about money. There are webinars I'm watching. I have money things in my space. If I want to increase and improve my relationship with Mr. Money, it's very wise of me to spend time with Mr. Money. So, as I did with my husband, study Mr. Money. How does Mr. Money work? And what is Mr. Money like? And what can I do for Mr. Money that Mr. Money will want to be with me and stay with me?
Yeah, sure.
So when you go and just think about the relationship that you have formed with a loved one and how you have actually put all that energy and effort and order and organization and focus on it, you go and do the same with money. Money is going to start to have a different relationship with you. And that is how I really see a very practical way how we can change our relationship with money, is have a love relationship with money. Money is not the root of all evil. And money does not bring unhappiness. And money does not destroy families. It is the opposite. The lack of money. You know that saying that love goes in by the front door, poverty by the back door, and there's the end of the relationship. So the things that people say to themselves about money. Look at all those rich people. Look how unhappy they are. You tell yourself such nonsense. I think to have money is cool. I want to, and I love to, and I desire to have money. Because when I have money, I can improve my lifestyle and the lifestyle of my family. I can expose us to a world that is not available when we don't have money. We can travel internationally when we are out of lockdown and
as long as the planes are flying. Yeah,
you can just have such a different life. So if you have a relationship with money or a desire or a fantasy about money, Claude, that I want to make a lot of money because I want to own a Porsche or a Lamborghini, and I want to have a private plane, or I want to have the biggest diamond. If my reason for money is to have things, I think money looks at you and says, yes, that's cool, but what about a different purpose? You know what inspires me so much is I had the privilege for many years to go to Omaha in the USA with my husband to go and attend Berkshire Hathaway AGM shareholders meeting and AGM. So that is Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, the richest people, or Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world. And I learned so much from them. They had, as Dr. John DeMartini, had a profound impact on helping me to have a very, very specific and a healthy and a very successful mental mind model, I've learned from Charlie Munger, who is now 96 years old,
Wow.
and Warren Buffett, who is 89 years old, and they have been best friends and business partners from the early 30s.
That's a very, very long friendship, isn't it? Very long friendship.
It's a beautiful long friendship. But I've learned so much by studying them and what they say about money and the mindset of money. So Warren Buffett is very well known for the quote that he's using. It's his quote, that he says, if you don't learn to manage your emotions about money, you will not get more money to manage. And when I learned that, I thought, so how do I learn to manage my emotions about money? And there's a very simple step. Build up your financial cushion. Save money into a savings account so that any unexpected bill that you receive does not throw you into emotional turmoil. When you get into a pandemic phase that we are in today worldwide, your salaries get cut, your business starts to lose income. We are all facing, or many of us, possibly not all, that's incorrect of me to say all, but many are facing a decrease in income because of salary cuts or furloughs or businesses that's not thriving as much. And you will go into huge emotional volatility, fear. You will go into anxiety. And the secret is, if you make sure you build up your financial cushion, that will protect you from any pandemic, any crisis that come, you learn to manage your emotions about money. So that is a very practical thing. People resist saving. People say, I can't afford to save. And I say to people, you can't afford not to save. That is, once again, a limiting self-belief. So John Martini also has taught me something that made a profound impact on my life. And I would love to share that. He said that your self-worth equals your net worth. And when you ponder on that, you think, what does that really mean? So to the degree I see myself as worthy, to the degree that I value myself, and I see that I have a value to offer to this world, to that degree, the world will value me and my net worth will increase. So that is a very, very important action step and mindset to also to develop is, what is my service I bring to the world? What is the difference I can make to people's lives? In whatever form of service or product, doesn't matter. But to earn your self-worth, to know that as much as you believe in yourself, as much as you see that you are worthy, to that degree, your net worth will also increase. So if I can give an example here, I often will speak to women who's interested to do some of my online programs. And when they hear all the shifts and growth and transformation that will happen for them, and I ask them, are you in? And they say, what does it cost? And I tell them what it costs. And the next is, they say to me, I have to go and check with my husband.
Yeah.
And when I hear that, I know that woman who is saying that is not seeing her worth. She is not accepting that she can invest in herself. And she wants to go and get the permission of someone else. And I find that really sad. And that is the kind of woman that I so wish them to have on my program, that I can help them to shift. Because we have to give ourselves permission. We have to give ourselves the permission to shine, to grow, to transform, and become the best versions of ourselves. And to believe that money flows to me because I give something out so that money flows back to me.
Sure.
You can, of course, have money flowing to you in different other forms. And go and marry a rich old man that is on the brink of the end of his life, and money can flow to you like that. And there are some people that do that, and that is a strategy. But I think most people want to make their own money and grow their own money and have a relationship with money that is healthy.
Sure. Well, I love your analogy about Mr. Money and Mrs. Money. The thing you were saying about Warren Buffett, unless you can control your emotions, that's very prevalent, because we've seen it, haven't we? I understand, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong, that he drives a car that's like 10 years old or something, because of liability. So we see people that are living in, they have to get the latest car, the biggest house, which they can't really afford. It's taking up 80% of their wages. And then we see the people with loads of money that it's about them rather than what they drive. You see them driving old cars and wearing old shorts, and they're just really, really mellow.
Yes, Warren Buffett is staying in the same house for more than 40 years. The car that he's driving is over 15 years. I've seen both the car and the house. Nothing fancy about it. But it's all about values, Claude. It's about what is of highest importance, priority, and value to you. So if it is of high importance, priority, and value to you to grow your money, to make your money get more for a purpose, because the purpose for Warren Buffett is definitely not to buy cars and homes and private jets. I mean, he owns net jets, but the business, but he doesn't own a jet just for himself. So that is what is of highest importance to him. And the importance is for him to grow the money, to give it out to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, so that they can use the money to make a big difference in the health and education of people worldwide. So his purpose for making money is not fancy cars and big homes and jets and planes. So the person who has that as a high priority, high importance, will spend their money on that, because it's of high priority to them. It's not right or wrong, and it's not for us to judge a person. It's to just accept a person for what is of real importance to them. But, Claude, when a person says, I cannot afford something, that is giving so much information about where on that hierarchy of importance and priority, that item that the person wants to not buy. So I want to give you an example. I'm a very keen golfer. I'm not a good golfer, but I'm a very keen golfer.
Right.
And my husband and I love to play beautiful golf courses all over the world. And I will not check what a golf course costs before I book for us to go and play a golf course.
Sure.
Because it's of high importance for me to play beautiful golf courses all over the world. But I'm not a cook, I'm not a chef. In fact, I have a lady that does all my cooking and buying our food as well. And if you now come to me and say, Ilze, I offer you the most amazing cooking program in Seychelles. And for 3 days you will come and just cook and learn to make the most amazing dishes. You know what I will say to you, Claude? I don't have time for that. No, I can't afford it. Okay, so we say I don't have time, and we say I can't afford it when things are not really important to us. And that's also okay.